Tonight, we bring you a story that blends Seattle's culinary legacy with a bold new chapter in its dining history. For 75 years, Canlis has stood as an icon atop Queen Anne Hill, renowned for its sweeping views, mid-century architecture, and exceptional hospitality. Opened by Peter Canlis in 1950, the restaurant put Pacific Northwest cuisine on the map, becoming a destination for presidents, celebrities, and generations of locals celebrating life's milestones. Now, for the first time ever, Canlis has chosen a Seattle-born executive chef, 33-year-old James Huffman, a longtime member of the Canlis team and a product of the city's culinary scene. Tonight, Huffman and owner Mark Canlis go on the record to share their philosophy that is at the core of one of America's most celebrated restaurants. What is the heartbeat of Canlis?
It's less about the food than the critics say it is. People are first.
Welcome to Wednesday night.
It's a lot of work to run a restaurant, and I'm never done with my work. But there's this discipline of sort of walking out into the dining room, and you start talking to the guest, and you realize that's what matters. Hey, there's something about my life tonight that matters to me, and could this restaurant carve out space for that? Could we slow down time? That is what Canlis is trying to do. It's trying to create a safe place so we can hallmark these moments in our lives.
Order fire, bar salad's lit.
The highlight is to get to work with this team of people who are committed to us as humans, as individuals, and who every night exhibit a level of love for the guests that I think is heroic and exceptional.
As you're growing up in this city, and especially working in the industry of the city, Canlis has this kind of aura around it, about it being the pinnacle of fine dining. Yeah, I knew that was something that I wanted to be a part of.
I mean, you've never been an executive chef before.
No.
This is, just to do it here first is crazy.
Yeah, it's a wild story.
So when James first came to you, he'd been working with Canlis for 9 years. What was your first reaction? Did you think he had the stuff?
Is it okay to say no?
Of course it is.
James came to me and said, can I talk to you? And he said, I am going to put my name in the hat for this job.
You had a huge list of people interested in this job for executive chef, probably larger than ever.
So in the end, there were about 74 different chefs from the United States and around the world who applied for the job.
I was up against some extreme competition for sure.
There was just so much talent.
People that used to cook for presidents.
People who already owned Michelin-starred restaurants.
No pressure.
Yeah, I mean, you can only imagine, right?
I think a chef's job is principally about people.
Nice. They're like a world of difference compared to yesterday.
They get to that position because they can cook. But what makes them good in the position will be if they can lead.
Chef Slow, 3 salmon pork.
Slow, 3 salmon pork.
I didn't think he was ready.
I'll show you when you're ready to cut them. Let me show you how I cut them.
But over time, we got to see who he was. Sort of the man, the character, the chef, the leader, the human, and we fell in love with that person.
Tell me about the moment that you found out.
It's a funny story because I was about 30 minutes late to that meeting. Not a good look. And in the moment, I almost had no reaction because I was just kind of stunned. And I think the most special moment came shortly after.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you like to know the new executive chef of Canlis Restaurant?
Tell me about when you made the announcement, the reaction of the staff.
Like explosive.
The guys sitting in the room, it's Jim.
It made me feel so honored. They played such a huge part in making it possible for me to be the next executive chef. It's another memory I'll definitely cherish for a long time.
We just have another 145 on the books tonight, which seems to be our new trending numbers, and I love it.
To find someone who will champion the mission of Canlis is scary. And I think we did it.
5 o'clock solo diner, VIP in the bar.
To have someone born up the street who grew up cooking in this town be shepherding this restaurant in the future. It's such a privilege.
All right, chefs, let's have a great service and keep the promise.
Chef!
So how do you plan to leave your mark on the legacy that is Canlis with your food?
I want food to always be important, but to make the food important really starts with how we treat people inside our walls.
But you've also been straining this through like a chinois, right?
Correct. I just want to be a good leader.
It's a rule to the game that the food is delicious. It's not a strategy for winning the game. The strategy is that a bunch of humans greet you at the door and see you for who you are and embrace you and say, oh, let us take care of you tonight because I know it's hard out there. In here, let us just make one little moment in your world as special as we possibly can.
What do you want the legacy of Canlis to be?
I really want to inspire people to turn toward one another. My job is not to make sure that Canlis is here tomorrow. I don't have a crystal ball. My job is to show up and be present to you and to my neighbors and to my staff and do the very best I can. That to me is the gift of working in a restaurant, is you experience that every night. A little piece of you is given away, and then a huge piece is given back. I think in some way a restaurant reminds us to be human. That sort of forces us to be at the table together and forces us to slow down. And we all need that.
And you can catch this story again, as well as Joyce's full interview with owner Mark Canlis right now on King5.com and King5 Plus, available for free on your TV.